Hello, everyone. My name is Eugenia. Yes, I am the winner of the Grensen Europan site with the name Grensen 2030 Circularity Apparatus. I wanted to start thank you for Europan organizers and team representatives and jury for choosing the project. And I would like to actually explain the name of this project by this presentation because it sounds really complicated. So what is Grensen 2030? It stands actually for the UN Sustainability Goals 2030, and Circularity Apparatus is actually a tool, is like an enable for change for a different economy. So the project is actually arise from the brief because I spent lots of time on studying the brief and looking at the site photos, at the backgrounds. And I think this, I would like to show just a little bit of the site context when we see NTNU campus on the background. And the name Grensen is a site that means the border, but actually when I saw these images, I felt like that it is maybe it was a border when it was designed, but currently it feels like in the middle of the city. So therefore I felt it's very natural to blend in it with a design proposal to the neighborhood and to connect it with a strategy and the knowledge of within TNU. Here we see the zoom-in aerial image of the area. On the left side, there are buildings that are currently occupied by a residency, and in the middle there are buildings that are partially renovated, but partially has a potential to get renovated. And in the front, we see the area that is actually was a trigger to preservation of that area because it has a very iconic inner courtyard, characteristic for Trondheim. So therefore, the idea is that it's going to get the circular motion between Trondheim, Grensen, and NTNU. The main drivers for the project after studying the brief, it was actually consolidation the ideas in four major strategies. First strategy is activating programs. When the special set of programs are positioned along the main circulation roads. The next one is place-defining clusters. We see the activity nodes that are new buildings or then adapting buildings that actually bring the flow of visitors from outside of that site into the Grensen and make it pulsate. The other one is integrated biodiversity. It's more like a strategy how you work with materials and with the landscape, integrating water, rain gardens, and different species, so it becomes a part and connects to the actually green areas behind the NTNU. And interconnected Grensen is more like a network of that it's a grid formation that actually places a network and enables the exchange and connection to the neighborhood. The current conditions, so they grey out at the buildings that we see on the site and the ones that I was working with. So the first one, I would like to actually explain that the whole project is not a finite design proposal in that case, but it's more like a framework and a strategy that how that in phases can be developed within the all stakeholders and NTNU development department. So the first one is actually first one that calls data and analysis, but what means that we're just gonna look at the existing buildings and what is there and how can we use the materials within them for renovation and the potential to work and cycle it inside of the further development. The second phase is the one that actually design begins, so this is called design and adaptation, when you have the circle foundation established and the new buildings become kind of to appear along the Grensen street. That's how the first line of the houses becomes in place, and then the ones that are actually connected to the circular development. That's where the materials taken from the existing buildings will be analyzed and built into the new structures. The third phase called construction and upcycling, and it is about the campus synergies and habitat, and this is the one that activates the areas, bringing the residency functions, the functions that will inhabit this area and make it populated around the clock, but also the areas on the ground floor that are used for common facilities, for example, a canteen placed on in the middle of the site, and in a corner there is a building that has an R&D lab and a 3D printer. The last phase in testing and living, it means that the new clusters of development that are actually activating the main street with a bike path, and that's the ones that where the diverse production living systems are, and those are the buildings that I will show the visuals a bit later and talk about their programs. So that's how phases N 1, 2, 3, 4 come together, and you see that they are all kind of interconnected and working together to develop a complete strategy. Sustainability and biodiversity is very crucial for this site because, first of all, it's a site that has a very kind of particular historical value for the whole area, but it also needs to be modernized to actually accommodate the current needs of the development and of any new campus. That's why it has the area has integrated tools and technical systems to provide electricity and water storage within that area. That's why it becomes, it integrates principles of circularity. This is a plan that shows actually how the development may look like and after 4 phases, with the pink buildings, the new ones, the gray ones, the existing buildings, and the dashed building is the one that are kind of adapted and modernized. So this is the image that shows actually how it may look, because if we're working with circularity and with different stakeholders, it means that the final result of the building is actually dependent on the process. So therefore, as the stakeholders may also, the ones who will be inhabiting the buildings may also kind of influence the way the buildings are, the final buildings may look like. So we have the multifunctional hall, workshop assembling 3D printing buildings, port rentals and mobility hub, exhibition hall and eco-habitat, R&D lab and energy storage, student organization hub and community center, but also a canteen and residential building. Programs, a multiple range of programs that I'm not gonna go into. Then the circularity, that actually is quite interesting to explain. So the blue building is the one that actually exists in buildings, and they will be affected in the minor terms only as an adaptation. The buildings that are more have a dashed line, so they are on restoration. That means that they will need to be enhanced in order to be inhabited. And expanded to accommodate the modern use. And the new construction building is the ones that are going to support the energy, the water collection, and provide the most of the facilities for study, for exhibition, but also for a exchange and other programs. Sustainability and diversity, how it actually integrates within the different surfaces. And that's how the Grensen actually street looks right now. And that's how it may look in the future by 2030. Thank you.